Welcome to the emotional journey of Kai and Henry, two young souls carrying wounds both physical and emotional. Can love and perseverance help them overcome the darkness of their past and find the light for their future? Kai and Henry, two young people who were cruelly harmed and left in tragic circumstances. Kai lost her memory and her eyesight was damaged, while Henry was severely injured after being pushed into a river. Fortunately, an elderly couple living in the forest rescued and cared for them both. With the devoted care of Henry and the elderly couple, Kai's eyesight gradually improved, but the pain in her heart remained as her past memories were still lost. Henry stayed by her side, encouraging her and promising never to let her face the journey of reclaiming her memories alone. This story is a touching journey of love, perseverance, and hope, as wounds both outside and within begin to heal. Will Kai be able to recover her past? Will Henry's love be strong enough to help her overcome all obstacles? If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next episodes. Thank you for joining us on this journey. After being rescued by the elderly couple deep in the forest, Kai felt as if she had been given a new chance at life. She was still weak and in pain, especially her eyes, the most severely injured part of her body. Each passing day, Kai could clearly feel the blurriness and discomfort whenever she tried to open her eyes. But what warmed her heart the most was not the quick physical recovery, but the meticulous care from the old couple and Henry, who had become her new family in her darkest moments. The elderly couple, living quietly deep in the forest, were simple but kind-hearted. They took care of Kai carefully and patiently, as if she were their beloved grandchild who had just escaped violence and suffering. Every morning, the grandmother gently washed Kai's wounds in the area around her eyes with herbs she had personally gathered from the forest. The cool water mixed with the gentle scent of leaves seemed to soothe not only Kai's physical pain but also the emotional wounds she carried. Henry, a young man who had also recently been saved by the elderly couple from criminals, became Kai's closest friend. His presence brought her an invisible strength. He was not only a physical caretaker but also a crucial emotional companion. Every day, Henry spent time by her side, gently encouraging her and helping her practice opening her eyes and observing every small detail in the cozy wooden house of the elderly couple. Though her eyes remained weak and unclear, Kai tried her best to open them and receive the light. Henry patiently sat beside her, using familiar objects such as flowers, leaves, or handkerchiefs, placing them before her and guiding her to focus on the smallest details. When Kai felt discouraged and tired, Henry would take her hand gently and say, "It's okay, take your time. I'll always be here for you." The elderly couple not only helped Kai recover physically but also cared deeply for her soul. They told her simple stories about life in the forest, about birds, flowers, sunshine, and the breeze. These stories not only helped her forget the pain and confusion but also planted a belief inside her that life could still be beautiful and worth cherishing. The meals prepared by the elderly couple were also precious gifts to Kentucky. Though simple, each dish carried deep affection, helping her regain strength faster. Those family meals became the warmest moments of her day, when Kai sat beside Henry and the elderly couple, chatting and laughing even though her eyes had not yet fully healed. There were days when Kai felt so exhausted she just wanted to give up, to close her eyes and never wake again. But Henry and the elderly couple were always her strong pillars, pulling her back to life. Henry often shared future plans and the good things they would do together, giving her reasons to keep fighting. The elderly couple used gentle, heartfelt words to soothe her to sleep, chasing away sadness and fear. Under such devoted care, even though her eyes were still weak, Kai began to see small glimmers of light in the darkness. She could recognize the faint colors of a painting on the wall, the golden sunlight filtering through the window frame, and the familiar figure of Henry whenever he smiled. Though these were small steps, to Kai, they were miracles, proof that life was slowly returning to her. Time passed, and memories of the past remained blurry in Kai's mind. But thanks to Henry and the elderly couple, she no longer felt lonely or afraid. Their care and love were like a lamp shining in the night, guiding her step by step to overcome the pain and loss. Kai understood that no matter what her past was, her present and future could still be rewritten by those who loved her. In that small house deep in the forest, Kai found the first peace after a long stormy journey. More than anything, she knew she was not alone. Henry and the elderly couple were always there, walking with her through every challenge ahead, no matter how weak her eyes were or how wounded her soul might be. Their love and care were the most precious medicine, helping Kai gradually heal and gradually live again. Although Kai's eyes gradually recovered under the devoted care of Henry and the elderly couple, deep within her soul remained a great pain. Her memories of the past were still shrouded in a thick fog, unable to be recalled. Each day, Kai tried bit by bit to remember the lost pieces, but all she found was an immense emptiness that made her feel more confused and desperate than ever before. She didn't know who she was, where she came from, how her parents were, or why she had to endure such painful days. Those questions were like smoldering flames burning Kai's heart, causing her to quietly cry every night. Sometimes she just wanted to scream, to hear once again the familiar voices from her past, to know where she truly belonged. But all she met was the cold silence of forgotten memories. This feeling of memory loss was not only the emptiness of her recollections but also a piercing loneliness. Every time she looked at Henry and the elderly couple caring for her, Kai saw in their eyes a deep concern, boundless love, but in her heart there was an invisible distance. She wondered if that affection could ever replace her lost memories, if these new people could really be her family or were just strangers she was lucky to meet in her misfortune. Many times at night, Kai would sit alone by the window, gazing out into the vast forest where darkness enveloped everything and distant sounds echoed through the air. Her heart felt like it was contracting from missing something so distant, so precious, yet impossible to grasp. She wanted to forget that pain, but her heart would not allow it. The longing for her family, her old home, the things that once belonged to her remained like an unhealed wound. Henry understood the pain in Kai's eyes. He never pressed her with too many questions about her past, knowing such inquiries would only cause her more hurt. Instead, he chose to quietly stay by her side, comforting and encouraging her through actions. Whenever Kai was sad, Henry would hug her tightly and whisper, "I'm here. You're not alone." Those simple words were a gentle medicine that healed the broken pieces of Kai's soul, helping her feel safer and less afraid. The elderly couple also always offered Kai gentle advice and tender touches so she could feel their sincere care. They never pressured her to remember her past or to recover quickly. Instead, they believed that time and love would help Kai find herself again, step by step, without haste or force. In those peaceful moments, Kai began to realize that even though her memories were lost, she could still live and love, and build a new life with those around her. The devoted care from Henry and the elderly couple had created a new home for her, a place to lean on when she was weak, a place to find joy even if it was small but sincere. Yet deep inside, the pain of memory loss remained like a great wave that never ceased. She understood that the journey to recover her memories would not be easy and might be full of thorns and trials. But now, with Henry and the elderly couple by her side, she felt strong enough to keep going, no matter how unclear the road ahead might be. The pain of losing her memories, the feeling of loneliness, and the helplessness of not recalling her past had become part of Kai's life, but no longer a burden she had to carry alone. Henry, the elderly couple, and their love were strong arms holding her up, lifting her out of the darkness. And though her memories were still a great question mark, Kai knew she was no longer alone. She had a family, a support, and a future to hope for. The pain of memory loss and the months of struggling in the darkness of her mind made Kai many times want to give up. But every time she looked into Henry's gentle and determined eyes, she felt an invisible strength spreading through her heart. Henry was not just a companion but also her protector, her guide on the journey to find herself again. He understood that Kai's recovery was not only about her body but also about her spirit and the fragmented memories she longed to regain. One peaceful afternoon in the small house nestled deep in the forest, as soft sunlight filled every corner of the room, Henry sat beside Kai, holding her hand tightly, his eyes full of determination. "Kai, I know you're hurting because you can't remember your past, but I will never let you be alone. I promise to find every way, meet with anyone who can help you recover your memory and find yourself. We will overcome all difficulties together." His sincere and warm promise was like a small flame igniting in Kai's heart, dispelling part of the darkness she had held for so long. Henry began his journey searching for memory recovery methods, from folk remedies, scientists, to psychologists. He firmly believed that no matter how long and challenging the road ahead might be, as long as he never gave up, anything was possible. Every time he returned, he brought new stories and news to share with Kai, fueling her hope and motivation. Moreover, Henry spent time learning how to communicate, how to help Kai stimulate her memory through games, images, and music, helping her gradually touch the scattered pieces of her past. The elderly couple was always by Kai's side, endlessly encouraging and caring for her. They understood that faith and patience were the most important things at this time. Every morning, the grandmother gently woke Kai with delicious meals and tender words, while the grandfather prepared light exercises to help improve her health and spirit. The harmony and close bond among them created a loving environment where Kai could feel safe and joyful, even if she couldn't yet remember everything. Gradually, the dark days in Kai's heart were replaced by new rays of hope. She began to dream of a future where she could find answers to the mysteries of her past. She felt the love and dedication of Henry and the elderly couple as a lifebuoy in a stormy sea. In the hardest moments, it was their promises and companionship that helped Kai stand strong and not give up. Kai also began to open her heart more to Henry and the elderly couple, no longer just the girl with lost memories but gradually becoming a true daughter, friend, and companion in this little family. She learned to trust those around her, accepting that no matter what her past was, her present and future could still be written with love and sincere care. Henry saw the daily changes in Kai, in the light returning to her eyes and her growing faith. He knew the journey ahead was still long and full of challenges, but he would never leave her side. To Henry, Lytuky was not just someone to be saved but someone he deeply loved. He wanted to write their own story together, a story of love, perseverance, and hope. The small house deep in the forest was no longer just a place to heal physical wounds but had become a home for connected hearts, walking through difficulties together toward the light. Henry and Kai, alongside the kind elderly couple, had created a new family, a place where love and hope never fade. And though her memories had not yet returned, Kai knew that with Henry and the elderly couple beside her, she would never face the darkness alone. The story of Kai and Henry is truly a touching journey, filled with a wide range of emotions, from pain and hope to love and perseverance. It is not only a tale of physical recovery but also a testament to the strength of the human spirit when nurtured by love and companionship. Kai, a girl who lost her memory and endured great trauma, found a new light in life thanks to the devoted care of Henry and the elderly couple. Henry was not just a friend or protector but also a strong emotional pillar, helping Kai overcome the pain of her past. What makes this story special is the blend of life's challenges with the power of love. Despite memory loss and impaired eyesight, Kai was able to heal because of the genuine affection and patience of those around her. The journey to reclaim her memories is not just a personal battle but also a testament to the deep bonds between people. This story gives readers a warm feeling and faith that no matter how difficult life may be, love and perseverance will help us overcome everything, leading us back to true light and happiness.